Throwback Thursday. Today we are going to be looking at my first rodeo that I've been to, sort of Blanco and my first rodeo. And in this instance, I'm looking at the Extreme Cowboy Challenge. So with that, what we've got to do is it starts off with a little bit of a pattern, sort of flat work side of things. Sort of like reining pattern, but running along the outside of the arena or along the edge of it. And that leads straight into a trail section. Each element that you do, you get a mark on, and overall you have to do it within 8 minutes. So there is a speed element to it, but you want to try still make everything look really good. So without any more introducing to it, let's go straight to it. So the moment we enter the ring here, we are starting to be judged, and the first part of it was simply just show a walk up to a certain marker, so it's that cone there. We've then got to show a jog, which is a slower trot, and then an extended jog, so just push it forward a little bit more. And you can see the cones are out there to mark off where we need to be doing things. We then need to go into a left lead lope. This is too fast for a lope, really. Lope's supposed to be a slower canter. And then do a roll back, so they are supposed to turn back on their haunches, which we've not really got that down to key yet. And then straight into a right left lead. So again, that was a little bit messy. We showed trot in the middle of it. It should have been a roll back straight into canter or into lope, which we didn't get. And then here we have another roll back going the opposite direction. You can see here she's like, nah, not going to go onto my haunches. And then showing more of an extended lope, and we are on the roll leg. At this point, because the pattern itself just said extended lope, it didn't specify a lead, I had no idea whether I was supposed to change it or not. And then you're supposed to come to a stop, so that should be dead on stop. You can't really do that. And then rein back until you get level with the cowboy curtain over there to start the next part of the section. So we now take a left turn and we go through the cowboy curtain. It's got tassels hanging down, and then going to the left, and we've got a little bridge to step over. If you see the little part in the middle, it actually moves. It doesn't look as big from far away. And then this little part is a gate, so you need to open the gate and close it again, but all the time you should keep hold of the gate at the same time. You shouldn't ever let it go. So as you walk through, having hold of it still in the right, the horse should go all the way through and rein back into position for you to then close it and not turn like Blanco is doing and facing the gate. Here we've got sort of a set of logs that are set at different heights, and the horse is supposed to lift its legs to go through them. Blanco half stacked it, but had gone through it perfectly prior. I didn't mention that this is actually a novice section I'm doing, so that little set of poles there would be a section I could have done if I was in the open, and you'd have to side pass over them. At this point, we haven't figured that out yet. So here at this cotton reel, you've got to dismount, lead your horse round it while you are staying on board, back to the point where you got off, and then mount again. Really important that your horse stays still and doesn't walk off as you get on. So yes, I said it's timed, but they've got to be working like you would if you were working cows. Okay, here you just got to pick one thing up on the barrel, bring it over the horse and pop it on the other side. Again, if you were doing the open section, you would then be required to walk through them, back up, round a barrel and back through again. Over here, what you might not be able to see is there is a log on the floor there, which is attached to a rope. So I have to pick up the rope from the barrel, dally it round the horn, and then ask the horse to walk forward and be doing a log drag. So it's pulling the log behind you. When I get to the next barrel, I then take it off, can drop it there. And on this next barrel, we have a lasso. which you then have to figure out how to actually lasso. I'd practiced a lot at this point, but I still get so confused. And then from here we're trying to lasso the horns of the cow. It doesn't matter how close you get, so long as you are throwing it properly and not placing it on top. And we got it. Okay, so being timed, you just want to drop the rope, but be careful you don't drop it on your horse's feet, obviously. And then showing a little bit of a jog to the next section. And here you've got to pick up the flag from the barrel. You step into a square of poles, and you've got to do a 360 to the right and to the left, holding the flag. Again, at this point, Blanco doesn't really like turning over the haunches. She is a bit stiff like that. And you're not allowed to step out of the poles as you do this. So that was my biggest thing here. It was not necessarily it being super neat, but just making sure all 4 feet stayed in the box. Okay, once you've done that, you then set off into a lope around the whole field, or the whole area that you're doing, carrying the flag. And because I knew she was so good with it, I wanted it to be open and out and really sort of showing off that she really doesn't care. And that was making a noise in the wind. It was really flapping. And we're coming back to the barrel and popping it in. So I know we don't have the whole section here because the camera died, but there is then a section with, at the end of that gate, you can rope the heels. You then put on this yellow jacket and have to go around and post a letter. So I don't really know what I've just put at the end of this video, but pretty much the battery died of the person who was filming for me. So I missed out the end little bit of it, but she was absolutely fantastic. And in the end, for the novice section, we actually won. So I was over the moon. It was such a fantastic weekend. So the whole event takes place over both Saturday and Sunday. So on the Friday, we would go with the horses, we would camp out overnight. Saturday, then we would have a whole range of events, camp out again Saturday night, and then same for the Sunday, there'd be a whole range of events. Sometimes we'd stay the Sunday night as well, and then actually go home on the Monday, just so it's not too much of a rush. But she was absolutely brilliant. She just took everything in her stride. So for an eventer gone Western, I was over the moon. And yeah, she just did brilliantly. So for any of you that want to give it a try or don't know how to get into it, please remember, this is in England. I've seen vlogs before with people saying, oh yeah, there's no Western things in England, it's only in America. That is complete rubbish. It might be a very small scene, but there are events out there, and the more people get to find out about them, get to try it, the bigger it will become. So if you want to know any more about it, just pop me a message and I'll see if I can get you in touch with something in your area. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and until next time,